It is time to skol with the enemy. All right, welcome back to the Onebar and Lupagus show. I'm Lupagus here, joined by a familiar face, one of the first guys we ever scolded with, Faiz from FaizSportsTalk. How you doing, man?
I'm doing okay. I could have been doing better because of how the Bear season has been, but hanging in there.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, guys, remember this video is brought to you by Liftbridge Brewing Company. Drop hashtag Liftbridge in the comments for your chance to win 2 gift cards to their online store. All right, Faiz, this game this Sunday, Vikings could possibly get the second seed, but, you can't see the Niners losing to the Cardinals. You guys got nothing to play for. I mean, I watched some of the Bears Lions last week. After that first drive, this looked like a team that was just giving it in. They are done. Are the Bears done? I mean, I know they have nothing to gain by winning this game, but is this team just kind of they're ready for next year?
Absolutely. The Bears are going to be starting Nathan Peterman this week. That was basically their admission to say that they are going to do everything in their power to lose this game. Justin Fields had a chance to play and break the rushing record for a quarterback in the single season, Lamar Jackson's record. He was only 64 yards away, and they said, nope, we're not risking it. We need to get the number 1 overall pick or a chance to get it. And they're starting Nathan Peterman, who is their third quarterback on the depth chart behind Trevor Siemian. So they are all in on tanking.
Yeah, I can't see him making any hustle plays in this one for sure. I do want to ask you mentioned Justin Fields. Is he the quarterback moving forward? And is he your quarterback? Do you fully endorse Justin Fields?
Yeah, so that's a great question. And, a lot of people assume like the answer is, oh my goodness, yes, he's the franchise quarterback for the next 10, 15 years. Some people could believe that. I am a big Justin Fields fan. But the answer I always give people is he is the quarterback for the next few years, at least until his contract is up. There's no doubt about that. You don't have to be sold on Justin Fields as the franchise quarterback for the next 10 years, but he has done more than enough this season to be worth it for the entirety of his contract. And that's saying a lot for a Bears quarterback. So, as far as him staying here until the rookie contract's over, absolutely. Fantastic season. I know the passing numbers weren't there, but my goodness, the rushing numbers were through the roof. And you just saw that, when you look at the other guys in his draft class and Zach Wilson, and I know Trey Lance got hurt, but Justin Fields really shown above the rest. And I feel like he is definitely the answer for the time being, certainly, and has a chance to be the answer for a very long time.
All right, all right. So new regime. You guys had new GM who shunned the Vikings to go to Chicago. You got new head coach. What is your assessment of the new regime after the first year?
So I'm a little torn on this one because I actually am happy with the outcome of the season in the sense of even at our best, we were probably going to be a fringe playoff team. Like if everything broke right. Fun fact: the Bears, I think if you flipped every 1-score game they had, they would have won like double the amount of games or 7
That
or 8
sounds
games.
like us last year.
Yeah, it's crazy. So at our best, we would have probably been a fringe playoff team, and you just don't want that. You don't want to be in the middle. You want to be, at the bottom, or you want to be an elite team. So I'm okay with that. What I didn't like was the fact that the GM Ryan Poles did not surround Justin Fields with much talent. I mean, he was thrown to guys like Dante Pettis and Equinemius St. Brown. Like it's just not acceptable. Not acceptable for development. Now, this is why I said Justin Fields is the answer because he was still able to have a productive season even with these guys.
Yeah.
So that's the thing I didn't like. Matt Eberflus, he's okay. I wouldn't say he's impressed me and blew me out of the water. But overall, I think the jury's still out. This next offseason is going to be crucial because Ryan Poles, the general manager, has over 100 million plus in cap space, and he's got a lot of roster spots to fill. So if the Bears do not significantly upgrade the roster around Justin Fields, Ryan Poles will be the guy everyone's going to be looking at.
Did you like the Chase Claypool acquisition?
I did like the acquisition. I just wish it didn't come at that cost.
Yeah.
A second-round pick is huge when you're talking about equity and giving that up. I'm actually a big Chase Claypool fan. I know he hasn't been that great the past couple of seasons, but his rookie year, he was fantastic. The chemistry just wasn't there with Justin Fields. All the people that are ready to give up on him, you can't do that yet because you know, you need a full off season to be able to really gel. But
Mhm.
Claypool is a guy who's got the size, he's got all the physical tools. He just needs to put it together and get some chemistry with Fields. My only issue is the price that they paid for him.
Because that, I mean, you guys still have a chance for the first pick, right? So
Absolutely.
that could be pick 32 with the Dolphins not picking this year, losing that in
Yeah,
their little. Okay,
absolutely.
that's a steep price to pay for Mr. Claypool. All right, so Bears, you know, this will be the last game of the season. Vikings guaranteed at least one more after this. Who are some, you know, familiar faces from the Bears that could be playing old Bear vets, maybe in their last game in a Chicago uniform?
Man, can I say the entire roster besides
You can.
certainly defensively, I'll tell you this much. Like, defensively, what the Lions did to us last week, when I went on, you know, live and talked about that game, I basically said, and I mean it, I don't think I would like a single starter to return next year for the
Wow.
Bears besides their two rookies, Jaquan Brisker and Kyler Gordon. Like, it's
Mhm.
that bad for them at this point because of how porous the defense is. So to me, defensively, you can talk about a lot of guys being gone from here. Al-Qadim Muhammad, Justin Jones, like a number of guys. I know Eddie Jackson's still there. He's had a bounce back season, but he's a little old. You know, so like defensively, it's going to be cleaning house. Offensively, got some decisions to make here. Do we bring back David Montgomery? You know, we've got Khalil Herbert in the wings, and paying running backs not exactly my favorite thing to do in the NFL. And then, you know, talking about the offensive line, that's going to need a lot of improvement. I can only see maybe our left tackle Braxton Jones staying, and then Tevin Jenkins, and then anyone outside of that, I think you'll probably see, you know, probably not be here. So it's going to be a lot of cleaning house the off season.
All right. I don't mean this to rub salt in your wounds or anything, but you mentioned the defense, and the two defensive former Bears that we got from your team, Duke Shelley and Kyrie's Tonga, are playing lights out for us. So I don't know.
Well, there you go. And I thought we would have had the same thing with the guys we picked up, Armand
Yeah.
Watts and Amir Smith Marset.
Yeah.
IMS we cut because he
Yeah.
cost us a game,
He did
and
against
Armand
us.
Watts had a few bright moments, but yeah, no.
I was a fan of both those guys. So I was shocked when we let them go. And yeah, I'm surprised they didn't pan out. Really thought they were going to.
Did not.
All right. So most surprising in a good way, Bear this year. What player kind of, you know, like, oh, we got something here.
I got to tell you, like, I was expecting him to, you know, finally have a good season, and he did. So in a way, it didn't really surprise me, but it kind of did because I needed him to, and that's Cole Kmet.
Yeah.
0 touchdowns last year, 0, nothing. And this year, I think 5 or 6 touchdowns. Like, he really became Justin Fields' go-to guy, especially after the Darnell Mooney injury. We went from, and when I say we, I'm talking about the Bears fan base. We went from a fan base that was ready to say that Cole Kmet is not the answer to now it's like, okay, you know, how much do we want to pay him?
Yeah.
Like, we want to extend this guy because tight ends, we know the talent pool isn't really there. You know, I make this joke in fantasy football a lot. If you don't have Travis Kelce, you don't have a tight end.
Yeah.
So it's hard. I know you guys have a good one in TJ Hawkinson, but my point being is Cole Kmet really came on strong. The receiving yardage numbers, not exactly there, but you know, it's tough as a tight end, but I really feel like he came on strong, and his chemistry with Justin Fields is the best on the team.
I'm just going to comment on that because you got to, you know, young quarterback, you need somebody he can trust. He definitely trusts Cole Kmet. I know I was picking him in FanDuel, so I needed a cheap option at tight end. Cole Kmet would always come through with a couple grabs for me. All right, flip side of that, who disappointed you the most?
Wow. How many people can I name here?
Okay, who you were expecting more from, and they really just shit the bed.
Yeah, there's a couple of guys I can throw out there. I think Cody Whitehair didn't have the best season that I thought he would have, like one of our offensive linemen. You know, that's a name that sticks out there. Really, our entire offensive line. Lucas Patrick is probably the guy I'm looking at. Really high hopes coming into the offseason. When we signed him from the Packers, I'm thinking we have our center of the future, at least for the next couple of seasons, and just can't stay healthy. Just can't stay healthy. And I don't think I want him back. So we went from somebody who's one of the main guys for Justin Fields, right? With the center position to we don't have a center. So, Lucas Patrick.
Okay. Well, I think you've already answered this. You basically said the whole defense, but biggest need area. You had to pick one. And I guess this maybe ties into my other question. First draft pick. Where are you guys going to go? What's the biggest need? Where are you guys looking? I've seen a lot of the Will Anderson or the Jalen Carter picks going down. But, where would you go with the first pick right now?
All right.
2 questions in one for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, the cat's out of the bag. I don't think we're going to take a quarterback.
Yeah.
So there is some talk. There is some talk. Let's say we get the number 1 overall pick, right? There has been talk about the Bears potentially looking at Bryce Young just to see, how he is, and that's fine. Any smart NFL team should look at all draft picks, but for them to even consider taking a quarterback would be, I believe, a fireable offense for Ryan Poles, just because you can bring Bryce Young in here, you can bring any quarterback, and with that talent, no one's going to succeed. So the fact that Justin Fields was able to do that speaks volumes to him. But second part of that question, what are we going to take? What's our biggest need? Defensively, it's the defensive line. To me, it's the trenches in both sides of the football, O-line and D-line. And so if it was up to me, I am still trying to trade down that pick for a king's ransom and fill up all the holes. But if we do take somebody, it's going to be on the defensive line.
All right. Fair enough. So I don't even think it's worth asking a prediction for this Sunday because, I mean, but how about this? How many years do you think this Bears team is away from actually being a contender for the NFC North?
Contender for the North versus contender to win a Super Bowl, or
we're taking small steps here. We're going for the North first.
Okay. Let's talk about the division. I'm gonna say probably 2 years.
Okay.
And here's why. Next year, I believe the talent around Justin Fields will be substantially better, and he's going to take another leap. And he certainly can, of course, make that leap next year, and the Bears can. But I feel like it's going to take one more season after that to really put it all together. Justin Fields will be in his 4th season by then, and I think he'll be really polished at that point. So I'm going to say 2 years.
2 years. All right. Fair enough. So, all right. That's pretty much all I have for you. But let's just throw it out there. Game prediction. How do you see it going down?
So Nathan Peterman starting at quarterback. Enough said. But the Vikings should be able to put up 40 points here if they want. That's what the Lions did. If you ask me a game prediction score, I'll just say similar to last week, something around, maybe 40-13. And some of those points are probably in garbage time.
I tell you what, this thing's even close. I'm gonna be very upset and have no confidence going into probably the Giants game next week. So, all right, Faiz, thanks for hopping on. Appreciate it. Good luck in the future. I know the season didn't go the way you guys wanted it to, but you know what? It happens.
Yeah.
So,
absolutely.
Appreciate it, man.
I'll talk to you. Thank you.
All right.